Despite demonstrated inequities in long-term trauma outcomes for both racial minority patients and women, no studies have focused on the unique experiences of trauma patients who belong to both groups. The intersectionality framework proposes that patients with intersectional identities experience outcomes that are distinct from any single group. Dimensions of oppressions are not additive, but multiplicative. Therefore, we wanted to evaluate the joint effect of race, ethnicity, and sex on neofunctional limitations 6 to 12 months post-injury. First of all, we found that half of Black and Hispanic females had neofunctional limitations post-injury, by far the highest rate among study groups. When assessed individually, female sex and racial minority were significantly associated with neofunctional limitations post-injury, but when sex and race were analyzed together from an intersectional framework, the odds of functional limitations for Black and Hispanic females increased from 35% to 112%. Interestingly, sex disparities in neofunctional limitations were found within strata of race, but racial disparities were only found within female patients. We also calculated the joint disparity, a descriptive measure that compares outcomes among the group at the nexus of two marginalized categories to a group that does not belong to either marginalized category. In this case, the joint disparity is composed of the reference sex disparity, the reference race disparity, and the excess intersectional disparity. We found that the joint disparity in functional limitations was 16%, and nearly 2/3 of this disparity was in the excess intersectional disparity, meaning that more than half of the race-sex disparity in post-injury functional limitations experienced by Black and Hispanic females is explained by the unique experience of being both minority and female. Though race and sex are not modifiable, they are shaped by social processes, institutions, the healthcare system, and policies at the local and national levels. Future research should focus on the identifying modifiable intermediate factors contributing to this intersectional disparity and understanding the unique life experiences of Black and Hispanic female trauma survivors so that interventions can be developed to improve their outcomes.